How we doing, guys? Welcome back to 62 Beer Reviews. Something a little different today. We are comparing two classic beer styles, the German Pilsner and the Czech Pilsner, both from the same brewery, local to me, Barrique Brewing and Blending. On one side, we have their Nandlstadt. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is their German Pilsner. And on the other side, we have No Guardrails, which is a Czech style Pilsner from them. Both of these are relatively um, canned within each other. So this is a little fresher, canned on January 7th, as we are about 2.5 weeks old with this one. This one was canned in December 3rd, so about 7 weeks time of recording. So this one is a little older, but they're still relatively fresh. And I was like, they brewed two classic styles that I've always loved. Let's just kind of compare them because I've always loved, and I've had so many different breweries' takes on Czech and German Pilsners, but I don't really know the difference between them. So that's kind of what we're doing today. Gonna have some fun with this. This Northern German Pilsner comes in at 5.1% ABV, production time of 8 weeks. This Czech Pilsner is 4.5% ABV with a production time of 9 weeks. It says this Nandlstadt was brewed with Barrique Pilsner malt, hopped with whole leaf Hallertau Mittelfrucht hops. I think they use pellets too, but whole leaf classic goat hop sounds awesome. And then this Czech Pilsner, No Guardrails, was brewed with floor malted Bohemian Pilsner malt, single decocted, hopped with Saaz. How do you pronounce that? Saaz Comfort and Saaz Brilliant. So a little different takes on the classic Czech Pilsner hop there. I'm really excited to check out both of these beers. So we will get them in a glass to compare. I do have some Barrique glassware, but just for the sake of comparing, I wanted to make sure I use the same type of glass. Trying to make them relatively about the same. Got a little more head on this one. That's pretty good. All right. So the Czech Pilsner, it's a little darker. Put it up here so you can see. Yeah, Czech Pilsner is definitely a little darker golden, more golden color. German Pils is lighter. It's a little bit more clear as well, which is interesting because production time is a little less, about a week less, so they didn't lager it as long. Even the carbonation, I'd say there's a little bit more on this German Pils. Nice head on both. Nice head retention. Beautiful bone white colored head. Super creamy looking. This one as well, it's a little bit more soapy of a head, but still same color. Looks gorgeous. Both these beers look awesome. So I will tell you, based off beers I've had previously, seems I'm more of a Czech Pilsner fan, but I don't know. Maybe we'll be proven wrong today. So Trevor knows in the German Pilsner. Just classic, just bready, malty. Yeah, sourdough bread, just a beautiful floral note as well. A little citrusy lemon as well, lemon peel. Yeah, super malty, bready. I love that nose. See how it compares to the nose of the Czech Pilsner. This nose seems a little bit more dialed back. Which is interesting, seeing how this one's a little fresher. Yeah, the nose isn't really jumping out as much to me. Not really getting too much. Slight breadiness, but not too much of a hop character. And I took these out of the fridge at the same time. So yeah, that's interesting. Tons of floral, citrus, nice sourdough bread. This is more of like a generic white bread. Yeah, nose is very muted on that though. We will start with German Pilsner. Cheers, y'all. Delicious. So crisp, refreshing, medium, light body, and just a touch of bitterness too. Really, really nice. I just realized I completely forgot to bring some water down to kind of help the palate out here, but it's all good. Nice and spritzy. Man, that is delicious. Really nice bitterness. I love that. So we'll go over to the Czech Pils. Yeah, that aroma is interesting. Cheers. It's delicious as well. Definitely a little bit more dialed back. Just more of like a straightforward, straight on beer. Like if you just love lagers, this one might be more your skill. It's just it drinks more like your typical lager. Not as bitter on the finish. Still nice and bready, malty. Crisp, crackery. I'd say this one's a little bit more crackery, but there's still a little bit of this lemon character. This is a collab with Formula Brewing, by the way. I forget where they're out of. I want to say somewhere in the Midwest. I'm not sure. And then what do we say? ABV difference. This is a little lighter as well. Yeah, I think overall, if you just want, I'd say if you're typically a domestic beer drinker, you walk into a craft brewery and you see both a German Pilsner and a Czech Pils on tap, I'd probably go for the Czech Pils. Probably be more up your alley. Personally, after the first few sips here, maybe my palate changes as these warm warm up. But this German Pilsner is more my style, which is interesting because I said, before we dove into these that I thought I was more of a Czech Pilsner fan. But this is just, I love that lemony, citrus, floral note. This is just more just a beer. That Not just a beer. It's just your typical lager, more along the lines of that, I should say. Still delicious though. Mm. I'd say both have hints of citrus for sure. Just nice floral characters. That one's just not as bitter, I think, is the big difference. This one also has a slight earthiness. And maybe it's the malt. Obviously, there's got to be some kind of different malt bill they use. Obviously, they're using different malts. They're using Czech malt here, and then your classic Bark uh, German malts. Both are really, really great beers. This is just a little bit more bready, and this is a little more hop forward. Could be using those um, whole leaf Hallertau middle fruit hops. I mean, it's really, really delicious. So yeah, this drink's almost like a hoppy pilsner, like nearing that West Coast pilsner kind of thing, which I love. But they're both really, really great beers. So yeah, I think that's all I got, guys. This was really fun checking out. I will have to check out some more classic styles and kind of compare them. Maybe we do this with like I don't know, different porters, different. I mean, there's so many different styles of lagers out there. I've done previous like IPA next to IPA. But I wanted to do something different here and just check out some classic styles because I love both of these. Barrique makes some awesome, awesome lagers. Some of my favorite in the country. So yeah, that is it, guys. This was German versus Czech Pills, Nandlstadt versus No Guardrails from Barrique Brewing out in Nashville, Tennessee. If I'm telling you guys, if you guys like lagers, you need to get to Nashville and try these guys out. Their sours are awesome. Their dark beers that I've had are awesome. So they just make great beer. But that's all I got. I will catch you guys next time. Cheers.